Most Americans will experience the criminal system at the misdemeanor level. Through this enormous process, millions of people are arrested, charged, booked, perhaps jailed, convicted, and punished in ways that can haunt them and their families for the rest of their lives. While mass incarceration has become recognized as a multi-billion-dollar dehumanizing debacle, it turns out that the misdemeanor behemoth does quieter damage on an even grander scale. Misdemeanors have slipped beneath the public radar, largely because their impact and importance are so thoroughly underestimated. Punishments are usually deemed minor, but there is nothing petty about them. The misdemeanor process commonly strips the people who go through it of their liberty, money, health, jobs, housing, credit, immigration status, and government benefits. Even a brief stint in jail can be dangerous. People with misdemeanor arrests and convictions often lose their jobs and find it hard to get new ones. Fines and fees lead to incarceration for those who are too poor to pay them. Students, poor people, and the elderly can lose their government aid. For immigrants, a misdemeanor can trigger deportation. The petty offense process does all this punishing quietly, often informally, without much fanfare, millions of times a year. Sometimes misdemeanors don't even look much like crimes. In 25 states, speeding is a misdemeanor. Loitering, spitting, disorderly conduct, and jaywalking belong to a large group of crimes called order maintenance or quality of life offenses, and they make it a crime to do unremarkable things that lots of people do all the time. By contrast, some misdemeanors are quite serious, drunk driving and domestic assault, for example. The spectrum is wide. As we will see, some misdemeanors punish the same sorts of harms that felonies do, while many others go after common conduct that isn't particularly blameworthy or harmful at all. Because the law designates such a vast array of common behaviors as criminal, rendering a nearly unlimited number of people potentially subject to its reach, the misdemeanor system is enormous. Because the petty offense process is so large, it tends to move cases fast. This has earned it some choice nicknames like cattle herding, assembly line justice, meet 'em and plead 'em lawyering, and McJustice. The Supreme Court has worried that the sheer volume of misdemeanors creates an obsession for speedy dispositions regardless of the fairness of the result. In practice, this speedy volume means that people's rights and dignity often get trampled. In North Charleston, South Carolina, for example, a grandmother, whom we will call Grandma G, was on trial for shoplifting in 2014. She did not understand what was happening to her or the legal words that the judge was using, and she asked for a lawyer. This only seemed to make the judge angry. She couldn't afford an attorney, but the judge would not postpone the case to give her time to fill out the public defender form. But Grandma G could not represent herself. At first, she tried to speak up. Then she spoke quietly. Then she just mumbled. Then she gave up and stopped talking. "How do you want to plead?" asked the judge. Grandma G said nothing. "Do you want a bench trial or a jury?" Grandma G said nothing. The judge went ahead anyway and swore in a witness from Walmart, who said Grandma G had taken meat and cake. "What's going on?" asked Grandma G. "Do you want a bench trial or a jury?" repeated the judge. Confused, Grandma G waved her hands around. "I don't care," she said. The Walmart witness said that Grandma G's 2-year-old granddaughter had been with her in the store. This made the judge even madder. "There's not a lot I can do for you, ma'am." He pronounced her guilty and sentenced her to 30 days in jail. Grandma G was let out of the courtroom, sobbing and in handcuffs. The whole trial and sentencing took less than 3 minutes. Grandma G's experience was typical in a couple of ways. First, it was fast. In Florida, most misdemeanor cases are resolved by guilty plea in 3 minutes. Proceedings in the Hachette division of Sherwood District Court in Arkansas last less than 2 minutes. Some St. Louis municipal courts handle over 500 cases in a single night court session, less than 1 minute per case. Second, Grandma G's